I do believe that came out pretty cool. Want to learn how to do it? The next clip after this is me actually doing this. That's grape. Grape jelly. I think, yeah. Grape jelly. The purple. I just put that on. That came out really good. It's still a little tacky clear coat. That's why I'm not getting too carried away here. It's got to dry a little longer. I just wanted to show you. That's a pretty nice fade. Let me get it back down here a little bit closer to the dark. But yeah, multiple fades there. I wish I had made a video on the whole thing, because it actually did come out pretty good. But the whole thing was sprayed with a lemon lime first. And then I went over the back with a sky blue. And then the bottom got done with carrot cake, more food. And then the red, I must have put that away. I can't remember what it was called. It was a pretty vibrant red. I did that just in the front here, and with a little bit of a fade going out into the orange. But the orange helped bring the yellow back to life in the middle here. And then some of the orange, you can see it in the scale, or yeah, the scales of the fish. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but yeah. Then I what color was it? Oh, this. I did the Gill plate with bubble gum. The whole thing. Covered it all up, because all these colors were all the way forward. So I covered it all up with that, and just now went over it with the grape jelly and faded that in from the front. It's done. I just got to put eyes on it, and the eyes are that color. You'll see. It's going to be pretty cool. I like it. They come out really good. That's nothing but just fading paint. The whole thing. Just fading colors together. The wow factor makes it look harder than it actually is. Yeah. Takes a little bit of skill to know how lightly to do that, so you don't get it so much opaque looking. You got to have it fade into that blue. You know, if you spray it forever, it's just going to be a straight line purple blue. So you got to be careful. Same here. You know, you spray it too hard and it's just going to cover that whole thing. It's all about angles. You'll see, because the next clip is explaining how I did the purple. So let's get to that. Alright guys, we're going to try to put a little bit of purple on the top of this and around this gill plate here, right through here, and right through here. Let's see what we can do about that. Now I'm shooting 20 pounds air, but I adjust it right here, whether I need more or less. Right now I'm shooting straight out 20 pounds. just going to try to do this right here, just so you know what paint or what pressure I'm using. So when you hear the compressor running, it's giving me constant 20 pounds of pressure. Sorry if everything's in the way and you can't see what I'm doing, but I'll bring it back to you in a second here. Now I slowly want to fade this around where it's going. You can see where it's going, just for me going back and forth. But I want to bring it around to that even more. I want to really bring it into it. Want to go so far. And then just turn it and bring it around. It can be tricky if your gun doesn't work or your airbrush doesn't want to cooperate with you. It's hard to get the consistent spray that you're looking for. That's why I like to have it right around 20 pounds, no more. It just doesn't seem to work well. But we'll just keep working this around till the fade goes out a little bit further and a little bit further until I get to what I want. Sometimes it's hard to see where you're at, so you really gotta zoom in on your spray. But you gotta be careful because it's really thin paint, and it'll start to spider web on you. Just about there. There we go. Now I want to bring it a little bit up over the top, but not a whole lot. But I want to bring this color up into the blue a little bit. So for that, I'm going to come back a little bit further on with the aim, so I'm getting more of a fade. Just like that. And you just go over everything with a light mist, seal it all up to give it that brilliant purple that you're looking for. Now that blended right in with that blue, really nice. Of course, we're going to go ahead and do the other side. This is the second step of doing your gill plates. Alright, let's go ahead and do this side. It can be a little tricky because you're so used to doing something one way, and you got your rhythm and you're doing good, and now all of a sudden you got to switch and do it, and you got to figure out which way's the best way to go at it sometimes. But just go at it. You'll figure it out. Just bring it up to that edge that you want, which is right about there. There's actually two gill plate lines on this lure. One on the outer edge next to the shoulder of the fish, and one closer in. And what I'm doing is I'm tilting the lure down a little bit, so I'm shooting more across the outer part of the pink so it blends it in more, just to get that done right away. Get that fade, because you don't want to mess with that too much once you got it. But most of that will come from spraying this direction. See? No, I got a ways to go to make this side dark as this, but you can see why you got to get your fade to go from this way. You can do a little bit of it straight on just to clean it up, but for the most part, that's the only way you're going to get that fade, is to shoot across. And the advantage is that this gill plate is higher than the body, so if you're doing it with low air pressure, and I'm barely pulling the trigger back, that's about how much pain I'm getting, if you can even see that. So the further you pull back away, even less. See how long it takes to make color change on that paper? That's what I'm doing here. Doing it really slow and really soft to get that to go across. And now we'll go this way, and then we can darken everything all up, because I don't have to worry about this because it's already done. So I'll just go ahead and get my spray that I want and just go over it this way and darken it all up. And then fade it up. Now you gotta be careful with your fade, because if you don't match it, it'll look a little bit weird. So you gotta make sure you're in the right position right away so you can shoot up. It's a little tough for me with the camera. I don't even know. Hopefully I've been in the camera all this time. I don't have the monitor on today, but you gotta make sure that you can get your fade without stumbling and fumbling, because it has to be a smooth action to get your fade. So always get yourself in a position and make sure your gun's spraying right, and then go at it, because it's important to get that to spray right. The coverage has to be exact on both sides. Not really. It's not like the fish aren't going to bite it. That's not bad. I think there's a little bit more over here than over here, but that's not bad. I think it's because I went this way before, but we're going to do it this way now. It looks like there's no paint coming out of this because there's such a fine little mist coming out that you can't see it on camera. But there it is. This side might be a shade darker yet, but you get the idea. You just keep going over it very lightly. until you get what you want. But it's all about low air. That's the key. All about controlling your air. So much easier to control your paint. Go slow where you need to, go fast where you have to. And you don't need fancy equipment to do this either. So if you're just starting out, just learn how to use the stuff you have. Because you can do this with entry-level equipment. I've done it. I still do it because one of my small detail brushes is an entry-level brush. It just works really, really well. The key is to take care of your equipment. Make sure it's clean all the time. When you're not using it, it's got to be clean. Then, of course, learning the paint, learning how to mix your paint. That is, that took so long, but don't let it discourage you. You know, it'll take a minute to figure out who's telling you what you need to know as far as how to mix paint. Nobody's going to tell you how to do it. You know, everybody wants how do you mix your paint? And they want a direct answer on, you know, do this and you'll be able to spray your paint. That's not how it works. Nothing is that easy in life. That was the part that took me the longest, was learning how to get my paint to spray out of the airbrush. Almost to the point of, I hate airbrushing. This is stupid. And one day I just buckled down and said, I'm going to learn this. There's no reason why I can't get this. I've figured out harder things in life, and I just buckled down. I figured it out. Just kept trying different mixes and different blends until I finally got it. Now I'm to the point where I just mix. I don't even think about it anymore. I know exactly the I can tell by how I scrape this. I can tell. You can see right there. I've done it 3 times, and the reason why is I can tell by the consistency of it rolling down if it's thin or thick enough. It took 3 times for me to get it right. You know, that's what I'm saying. You'll learn as you go what it takes to get your paint to be able to spray out of your own gun. And each gun is different. I have guns that go from I believe it's a 0.2 my micro all the way up to a 0.8, and yeah, so each paint is differently mixed. The bigger the needle, the thicker the paint. You can get away with a lot more, and you can go up in your air pressure. So, but anyway, here it is. Now we'll clear coat that and get ready for the next step, which is just a little bit of white here and there, and put the eye in, and that one will be pretty much done. I might put some graphic stripes on it. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But anyway, cool. Let me know what you think.